What's up you guys, my name is Mac, this is Cherry Bomb. Today we're going to be installing some lower control arm skids. Let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, so this install is going to help you install most brands of lower control arm skid plates. The example we're using is Icon today. So what you're going to need is obviously the skid plate, your hardware, so you should have 3 bolts. You should have a smaller size bolt for the one closest to the wheel, and then your corresponding washers and your nuts. I recommend having a socket wrench with your 2 sizes for your bolts, as well as just classic wrenches, especially if you can get the ones that do this on the ends. And then also there's going to be one plastic piece that we're going to have to remove where the bolt's going to go. So I'd recommend having some needle nose pliers and a flathead to remove that. Let's get started. I want to make a quick note before we start here, and that this bolt in the back is actually larger than the bolt in the front. So I actually installed the passenger side before I started filming, and then I went over here and this one in the back wasn't long enough, so I actually had to take, because I installed both of them on the other side. So just note that the smallest one is going to be near the wheel, the medium-sized one is going to be towards the front of the truck, and the biggest one is going to be in the back of the truck. And now we're going to remove that little plastic bit. So this is the front of the truck, and that plastic bit that you're going to remove is right below this hole, and you can see it right here. So we're going to take a screwdriver, start putting it in there to take it out, and then also what I did on the other side was I put the screwdriver in the top and then hit it down to force it out. Let's do it. Alright, so I just got it popped out. I think there's a much better way to do this. So if you see right here, there's this little tab that you can depress. So I think you can just literally put your finger in there, depress one side and depress the other and pull it out. But lessons learned for y'all to learn. Alright, so you can see I have the wheel cranked all the way to the passenger side because I'm on the passenger side. And that just allows you to get room in here to come in here and install. So what you're going to do is, remember the biggest one goes in the back, so we're going to put the medium-sized one first. And so it'll be bolt, skid, lower control arm, washer, and then your nut. And once you get one, obviously the weight will be let off. We're going to put the little one over here on the end, your washer, tiny nut for the end. Just barely thread it on there so you still have a little bit of room to move it around. The last one in the back. Your washer. I will say that if you have the Viper cut done on your truck already, or you have an aftermarket front bumper, it's going to make your life easier. Essentially what we're going to do is just tighten it up. So I recommend, while you're at the front, while the wheel is cranked like this, to start with the front here. And so for my case, this is a 9/16. I'm going to start with the socket wrench, and then I'm going to move to the regular wrench. Alright, so these two in the front, or should I say the front and the one closest to the edge, are pretty tight. I'd say get them like 90% tight, and then we're going to move to the back, tighten that one up as hard as we can, and then come back and make sure these are snug. Let's do it. Alright guys, there you go, there's the finished product. Any skid you put on here will just add better protection for your low control arms. I recommend, if you're doing any sort of off-roading, really to get some skids in general, especially this main skid, the factory one. Unless you have the TRD Pro, is just garbage. It's very easily breakable and flimsy. But that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.